Well, everyone, it looks like iOS 19 could end up dropping support of a few different iPhones. Now, I want to give you some perspective and some of my thoughts on what could end up happening within these particular devices and what could actually end up becoming of these, devices when it comes down to it. Now, number one, the very first thing I'd recommend kind of thinking about is that if you were to go ahead and think about the iPhones that were going to get dropped, the big thing to keep in mind is that the oldest iPhones as of this point have the highest likelihood of getting dropped. So you could kind of think about iPhones like the iPhone, the iPhone XR, iPhone XS, and XS Max. It's pretty much almost a given that those types of devices are probably going to end up getting discontinued. They're probably going to end up getting removed. And I'd probably say that is most probably the highest likelihood of something happening here. So if you were to go through and get a device, just keep in mind that those particular devices are probably going to be the ones that might end up being discontinued, probably more so than some other ones. Now, when it comes down to that next group of iPhones, this is the thing that kind of surprises me. Because first of all, I don't have any idea which one's going to get dropped. I don't have any, idea what could happen here. But the craziest thing is that if Apple does end up going through and dropping support of the iPhone 11 and iPhone 11 Pro and iPhone 11 Pro Max, it wouldn't be completely out of the ordinary. There could be a situation where Apple could go through and actually kind of discontinue those and drop those iPhones as well. So again, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but that could end up being another thing that Apple could end up doing here too. And if that ends up happening, I'm definitely not going to be that big of a fan of it. I really hope that doesn't end up happening here. But again, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But imagine if Apple does end up dropping those iPhones. That could be another pretty big issue that could end up, kind of arising here. And that would be something that I would also have an issue with. So personally for me, I don't know exactly what's going to end up happening, but I think that could end up kind of giving us an issue here because I personally feel like the iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max are still very good iPhones. They're still very, very, beautiful devices. And I think those are still very good iPhones that people should go ahead and pick up. But in this case, I don't really know what's going to end up happening. So that's going to be another situation that kind of happen here. I think the iPhone SE first generation probably would also get dropped, when it comes down to it as well. So you can imagine the iPhones that will be getting iOS 19 will be all the other iPhones on top of that. So at least the iPhone 12s and above will be getting iOS 19, and I still think there's a high likelihood that the iPhone 11 will still be supported as well. But just in case, just keep in mind that we're still going to be getting a lot of other iPhones and a lot of devices that are still going to be supported, so I wouldn't really be worried about it too much right now, but those are kind of the main things to kind of keep in mind here when it kind of comes down to it. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.